Hello everyone, ModernJA here, and you know what time it is? It's time for This Week in Keyboards, but before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with more exciting keyboard videos. Since this episode covers the first week of the month, it's no doubt we have a plethora of topics. As usually in the beginning of the month, we're going to have a lot of new group buys and interest checks coming out. About 40 topics this week, so woo-wee, let's get to it. Starting off, we have our spotlight topics, and let's shine that spotlight over on Zamumon's new keyboard project, the Zamumon Sar. The Sar is a compact 1800 layout keyboard, which is a keyboard many people are going to be really longing for productivity, especially with a numpad. But it also has a bit of style. The curves that adorn the sides, back, and bottom of the keyboard are reminiscent of his earlier project, the Verne, and is becoming a signature Zamumon look. From the pictures he's posted in the interest check, we know that the plate will be secured by gaskets on the top and bottom, and the bottom's going to feature a weight as well as a daughter board for the USB-C port. Interestingly, Zamumon has opted to go with a thick 4.75mm plate as well as a hot swap PCB developed by Wilba on the WT90A PCB. The available colors are Momentum Red, Poner's Soul Black, Lightning Silver, and Samurai Blue. The typing angle is going to be 8 degrees, and the front height is going to be 19.7 centimeters. The lock LEDs are soldered onto the board and the shine is going to be going through these light pipes, which will give you a nice light notifications for when you're in either scroll, caps, or numlock. Overall, I think it's a pretty nice looking board, and it's going to be an interesting trend moving forward to see many other designers hide the daughter board under an internal weight for cleanliness inside the board. Overall, for many enthusiasts, it's going to be a hit or a miss about that hot swap ability, but overall, I think for the general community, they'll find it very favorable. Also, I'm kind of excited to see more thick plates, especially when they're offered in polycarb or brass. I'm going to have to keep my eye out for this one. Good job, Zambumon. Next up, we have GMK Serika 2 by Zamamon, and yes, it's the return of GMK Serika this December, so you don't have to agonize about the $300 to $400 mech market price for the sets. There's going to be two core kits, the Hiragana core as well as the Latin core, to provide balance to the force people desire in our community. If you need compatibility, they have extra compatibility kits, macro expansion. If you're into the 40s kit, there's that for you too, and of course the novelties. Overall, I'm pretty excited to grab a Latin core set for myself to have one of each. So keep your eyes out, novel keys this December. Serika, exciting. Our next topic is one that splashed huge waves this week. It's the GMMK Pro by Glorious PC Gaming Race. It's an ultra premium gasket mounted 75% layout keyboard built for enthusiasts, gamers, and professionals, according to their website. So this aluminum board features their own GOAT stabilizers, which hopefully we'll get more information about soon. It's a 75% layout, as I mentioned, and has a rotary encoder on the top right. And it has gaskets. Yes, gaskets. The PCB will feature hot swappable sockets, except 5-pin switches, yay. And thankfully, there are some RGB glowing strips on the sides for that gamer cred. So, 75% knob, stabs, via compatibility out of the box, aluminum case, gasket mounted plate, USB-C cable. Ooh-wee, that's quite a bit for how much? $100, $169. Wait, what? Did I read that correctly? $169.99? Damn! Reservations are going to start on the 11th, and it's estimated shipping of Q1 2021 actually right around the corner. It's impressive that this isn't just a group buy, but essentially a pre-order/reservation system, as PCGR plans to keep these continuously in stock. We've seen novel keys, for example, work well with continually pumping out the NK65 for people, and now it looks like there's going to be a company pumping out a 75% that has a lot of attractive features for a lot of people. I could talk at length about this board, to be honest, because I think one of the most interesting things is going to be the knob. And you know me, I actually don't like knobs. I don't care for knobs, but this board's going to be programmed out of the box and compatible with QMK and VIA out of the box. And when you think about a company like PCGR and who they sell to, it has to be easily programmable. So I can imagine it could be a quality of life bump if they actually, have devs working with the VIA and QMK teams to make knob programming easier. Next up, as a spotlight topic, we have GMK Honor. This set was designed by Beep and is currently running on novel keys until the end of the month in both light and dark theme. The base kit shaves off the numpad to shave down the price to $95. Ooh, that's pretty competitive for GMK kits. Between both the light and dark theme, I think I'd pick up the dark set before the month end, so that's on my radar. Next up, also by Beep, is GMK Awaken, which is a very electronic themed set that I think works better than other electronic-y, vapor wavy, whatever wavy, futuristic-y kind of sets we've seen due to the commitment of all those modifier keys. The modifiers and the novelties, the modifiers are the novelties essentially, and come on, I'm confident we're gonna see this set on cyberboards every day once it's out. The mainframe base kit and the Latin base kit, come on, you gotta get the Tokyo version with all those sub-legends, because I think you need the loudness and the busyness of all those sub-legends to actually work out with those modifiers. And what is the topic of the week? The topic of the week is the Valhalla by NorseCode keyboards. You like ergonomic keyboards? You like 65% keyboards? Well, you know what? Zondet has something for you with the Valhalla. This 65% ergo board was developed from the ground up and features the NorseCode dual V2 mount, which will mean no visible screws and a seamless case design. The Valhalla also marks the first in the new series 3 generation of NorseCode boards. The dual V2 mount uses O-ring shaped strips to sit above and below the plate and around the perimeter for the gasket mount. The gap in the center is about 150% larger from what you might find from an IBIS, but that will be a nice comfort on many people's shoulders. I think the layout is going to be quite appealing for a lot of people who want arrow keys, 65% navigation, and actually having 3 modifiers on the bottom row on each side. I'm pretty excited for this board, and it's going to be released on November 13th at 1 p.m. Eastern. 75 units will be available. Getting the board with a brass or aluminum plate will cost you $520, but if you spring for the thick 5mm polycarb plate, your price will be bumped up to $570. If you're one of the lucky 75 to get in, keep in mind there's going to be a 7-month waiting period, lead time, before receiving your boards. Okay, with that all out of the way, it's time to get to the rapid fire. The Grid 650 is the return of the Grid in a 65% format, which is, popular and interchangeable foreheads. People like that. This time, you got a USB 2.0 hub, a battery case to power a Bluetooth PCB, and some internal foam and gaskets. Overall, we got improvements across the board, and I hope these improvements make their way back to the 60% version. GMK Star is inspired by the best friend of our friend who lives in a pineapple under the sea. I don't know why the set exists, but I'm happy that there's something for you goofy goobers. JTK Hanami reminds me of another set, but the Hanami base kit definitely looks better than the Umemi base kit. ePBT ModernJA combines the sub-legend position of vintage Japanese keyboards with modern ANSI layouts in a black on white colorway. Simple, clean, no extra fanciness required. GMK Storm is a bit of a rarity, as we don't see too many GMK sets with gradients. While evocative of stormy weather, it just doesn't quite hit home with me. GMK Yami is inspired by Japan's Yami Kawaii aesthetic, meaning dark cute or sickly cute, based off pastel and cute designs with edgy accents. I'd actually rock the set without the edgy accents, looks fine. GMK Lavender is a pretty calming purple set. I like the base kit and wish the katakana alternative alphas were on the same white as opposed to the mod colors. Why you have to do that? GMK Hallyu is perhaps the best gradient set I've seen in a long time. I don't know it's $130 worth it, but for many people it's going to be $130 worth it over on Canon keys, but I do need more sets with Hangul sub-legends, so... EV02 switches are a linear switch by Durock with 63.5 gram springs. 55 cents per switch. There you go. JTK Azure is a set that interests me just because I want some triple shot JTK keycaps. The color used aren't too shabby, and I hope the JTK triple shot molds have better consistency than their double shot ones. The Moon TKL is back in V2, and it'll be priced at $590 for more TKL goodness if you like that unique back and bottom design. Hopefully it tickles your pickle. The KZ75 is a simple 75% keyboard that's been greatly overshadowed by the GMMK Pro and Satisfaction 75 of recent, but the estimated shipping is also around the corner this January, so. Cat Comet reminds me of GMK Mizu, but in cat. The Getaway van is a minivan PCB that will have a USB-C port, ALP support, and per key RGB for those who are into that particular 40% layouts. The KeeBee Pollen65 is a sandwich mount 65 that we don't really have much information on aside from 6 possible colors. That'll be reduced to 4 with upcoming voting, and the angle is still also being decided by a community vote. Not sure if design by a committee is the best decision here. The IBIS, was recently teased by Heine as a compact 1800 compact. An 1800 compact squared, if you will. Basically, 60% layout, arrow keys, numpad, 2 extra keys between, duck blackbird layout. I'm in it to win it, baby. ePBT Divine Plan is just providing us with 2 pictures that really don't provide us with much information. The LCK65 is an affordable through-hole 75% with OLED and knob support. It'll be simple construction, simple building, and simple price, $100. GMK Wise Wolf is a fall-colored weeb set that reminds us we'll never get a Season 3 of Spice and Wolf. Ouch, that hurts still. GMK Pride. Can I say it doesn't look good without being a bigot? It is very cool that a portion of the profits do benefit LGBTQ organizations, so props for that fact. The Nightwalker collection features glow-in-the-dark switches and stabilizers. I guess if I combine these with my glow-in-the-dark keybell case, I can maximize the glow-in-the-dark keyboard game I have going on, so I might get it just for that. The Rukia wrist rest is extremely specific. If you have a Rukia and you want a wrist rest, here is your chance. The Ori CLS-2 is Ori Club's 65% that features their wild feet once again. It has interesting side and bottom design as well as a leaf spring gasket mounted plate. GMK Abyssal is inspired by Arknights, so we got more weeb going on today. The modifiers look okay, but something with the alphas don't really work in my opinion. Not sure what it is just yet. The Corno 65 is continuing the trend of gasket mounted 65% boards, but surprisingly doesn't feature a corner blocker. Hey, there may not be a corner blocker, but you could throw a knob there instead, so there's something 2020 for everyone. PBT Sniper is a weeb-inspired set that miraculously doesn't mention that fact at all. That's a 200 IQ move. SA Silent Assassin is inspired by Agent 47 of the Hitman series and is pretty interesting as a red and black set with accents that use the ASCII sublegends. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting. Not the route I'd go with, but interesting. DSA Encore is inspired by a K-pop group, and it seems to be smart to avoid the cease and desist by not mentioning said K-pop group's name. PBT NorseCode is a PBT set, particularly interesting alpha keys. I'm about to say no on this one. I think a different red needs to be used. GMK Hanok looks pretty clean, and to be honest, I like the inspiration coming from architecture as opposed to like a character or something weeb related. It's a nice change of pace. It's a nice change of pace. GMK Blurple is, by its very name, a set featuring the color Blurple. Blurple is, of course, the combination of blue and purple. I would prefer reversing the color scheme of the alphas and modifiers, but that's a fine start. The ergonomic 60 key is basically taking, all those split ortho boards that you see all the time and just merging them to a single body. Not sure if that's the best route, but it's there. GMK Amethyst is inspired by the gemstone of the same name, and actually I think it looks fine, and it looks fine for both the base and dark base actually. No complaints here. CRP-C64 is a CRP set inspired by the Commodore 64, judging by the front legends of the alpha kits. The board uses a very interesting, the set uses a very interesting font and color options. The set joins the march of millions of things launching November 11th. I don't know about this one. Maybe? that's it for this week in keyboards. Sorry I had to delay the episode. Just been super busy with life. But hey, I hope you all enjoyed. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button for more keyboard news, views, and other stuff. It greatly helps this channel and helps, hopefully, both of us stay up to date with more keyboard stuff. So, I'll see you all in the next video, and don't forget, keep on keyboarding.